I always really had a soft spot for Ganbi,
Mhm.
mainly because I think of the themes behind it and the struggles that we went through at the beginning of the year. The fires impacting us
Black
quite heavily.
cockatoos, Yarl. They were created from the fire, Ganbi.
It was just
We take
after
them through our
the
stories, our
bushfires here,
dances,
and so
our
we wanted to
songs.
talk about that a bit. And in the song, we wanted to talk about, how we felt as Aboriginal people, how it affected us, and seeing all our all the bush burnt and all the animals, had died and perished in that, the fires, and so it was important for us to write about that. And so Gambi is about singing out to family and singing out to the animals, and that to come, the fire's coming, and
The film kind of goes around in full circle. So these themes, like they really had a resonance with me. And then within that as well, you have this subtext of this Dreamtime story, which is like as a backbone for the entire film as well. The white cockatoo flying through the smoke and the fire, coming out the other side as the black cockatoo. It's this kind of change and renewal, and nothing's really dead. It just changes. At the end of the film, this just happened organically. Like we didn't plan for this tree to take the center stage, but I remember we were early in the morning, and Iris spotted this tree. I just That's what this film should be, because the original concept was basically walking through back into the landscape and seeing the regrowth happening. But just this moment happened where the landscape was like calling us back to this is a piece that we should really focus on. So there was elements like that which you couldn't plan for on the day. But the rest of it, we tried to go for quite a contemporary look with the fire scene. And that was probably one of the most complex things we were trying to get, like lighting up the bush at night with these red lights to make it look like the fire. Um, it looked fantastic, but we were like stumbling around in the dark. I remember there was like spiders and ant bites and crazy things like that happening. One like the cockatoo was getting bitten on his leg, and he's like hopping around all over the place on a.
I had a big black spider crawling on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Everyone was pointing to the big spider webs in the bush. I was saying, "Look there, Auntie Cheryl, look how big those spider webs are."
Yeah.
But the second song we wrote is Lou had asked us, "What do you want to sing about?" And we thought about, every one of us said we want to sing about family and just being ourselves, and taking our kids out on the beach and fishing and watching, looking for fish, watching the ocean and watching that big eagle, mirror duck, come over the cliff and uh, catching a fish. So we wrote that song all together. So everyone in the choir had written a bit of a chorus to that song, and it is about, like I said, it's about uh, women sitting down with the kids, um, digging around looking for tucker, going out to the river, having a swim in the afternoon, sitting down um, at a fire, having a feed, and telling stories. Um, so that's what that song is.
Our way, I remember that we were talking about that being like a big party. You're out singing as a group, past is past, and everyone's happy in country, like gathering food, like swimming, being together, and then at the end, this kind of coming together and the sharing and the party aspect of it. We try to keep that a lot closer because it's almost more like documentary film style. Like we're getting really close, see the details. We're quite intimate with the women of the choir and the type of angles that we're getting. Like so, we feel like immersed in the environment. We're in the water with everybody, you know, up to our legs in the water. Getting all these beautiful details of like the bimbalers and the oysters and the catch from what we're getting in landscape, and especially with like the beautiful moments at the end of just enjoying it, like Kobe just eating those oysters, and
Alani Biv.
Annie Viv just like that face, she just
Yeah.
lights up, you know. And yeah, looking through the fire, and everyone's having this jovial time, you know. We did so many takes of that. There's just so much fun in all the kind of like takes you just don't see, which end up on the cutting room floor. It's like there's just so much happiness there at the end.
Yeah.